Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome all the attendees of this session and also introduce the speaker of the day, Dr. Harpal Teti, Professor and Director, Division of Career Services, Lovely Professional University. He is a technology enthusiast, avid learner, passionate educationist, researcher, and a proven academic thought leader in the field of higher education. He is recognized as a senior IEEE member. He has been one amongst 3 professors chosen pan-India by the leadership team at Wipro Technology for the coveted Innovation Chair, Professor at Mission 10X Concept Center under the Mission 10X initiative of Wipro. He reviewed 3 books on signal and systems. He is on the editorial board of numerous journals and conferences of repute as well. He has been instrumental in elevating the visibility of brand LPU amongst the corporate world. Testimony of the same is an overall 10x times increase in number of corporate hiring future leaders from LPU. Exponential rise in addition of pedigree and marquee brands, elevation of average, mean, median, and highest packages offered to the students across 30 plus schools and 200 plus courses. Sharp rise in inking the niche corporate MOUs and industry-backed courses, formulation of COEs, course integration and curriculum updation, and much more. I would like to welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
So now I would like Dr. Harpal to please enlighten us all with his intellect and the content he has for us.
Thank you so much. A warm welcome to all of you, wherever you are placed now and wherever you have joined us from. I hope, pray, and see that most of you are staying safe, doing good. Your parents are staying safe, doing good, and you are equally keen to know about the university, which can be one choice for each one of you to take any course of your designated interest. Professor just talked about great careers. So the idea basically is to give great careers to all our students. And I'll give you a small hint as to what we have been doing with students like you. And we would then invite you to travel this path of excellence with us and then achieve something which looks unachievable at this point in time. So with this, let me quickly start my presentation. The heading of the presentation of my deck is placements at India's largest single campus private university. So let me first start with this fact that you are intending to take admission in, as rightly said, India's largest single campus private university. So we have got students from about 50 countries in the world, a representation from all the states and the union territory of the countries. Hence, we call our campus to be as a university. So it's basically a city and the entire universe inside as in the form of the university. So next few minutes, I'll take you through this journey. So we are going to talk about the impactful journey of curating careers at LPU and how we prepare our students. But the fact we call our students to be as virtuos. Simple meaning that we want each one of you to be as change agents. So we want you to do great for yourself, your parents, your alma mater, and for the entire ecosystem. Hence, we have coined up this word with a lot of fanfare and with a lot of hope and with a lot of positivity. So we call all our students to be as virtuos. And then towards the end of it, I'm going to give you the glimpse of our growth partners. So we have been working along with the best in the corporates. So I'm going to give you a small glimpse of that as well. And towards the end of it, looking at how the entire presentation is going to be spanned out. So we are open to take some questions also. And I would invite you to take some questions. Correct. So we all are cognizant of the fact that times have changed. I mean, COVID came as a great master to all of us, and we all are now in a process of working along the workforce, which is going to take us to the next generation. So we feel that times have changed, and we feel that a small endeavor, small changes have to be done here and there, such that no, we package you as a holistic package and then give it to the corporate world. So that is what the entire endeavor has been, and the university will leave no stone unturned to make you a happy soul, learned soul, and somebody who becomes indispensable to wherever you are going to work tomorrow. Now, COVID-19, as I said, no, it actually came as a great a teacher to all of us, and then we have seen that it has actually impacted the entire sector. People are now talking about remote work. So, and I hope you are reading a lot of reports. You are seeing your parents, you are seeing your peers. Some part of remote work is going to stay here for now, for all the times to come now, which means that we'll have to look at alternative ways of representing ourselves, so that no, given an opportunity, we are very crisp with our thought process, and then do meaning to the what the opportunities which the corporate is going to bring forth to you. A lot of digitization, and today the world is talking about digitization. So we have seen a lot of marquee companies travel this path of digitization, and we have seen a lot of new age companies who are actually doing this. So we want to travel this path of digitization along with the corporates, and we want our students to play a very healthy role. People are talking about automation. People are also talking about the fact that automation may take a lot of jobs, but let me give you a lot of faith that automation will not take the job. The nature of the job may change, and we are here to talk about that as well. Now, as you see, this is a report which we have taken from McKinsey, so which talks about impact of COVID across the sectors, be it medical sector or personal care, or maybe a on-site customer interaction, leisure and travel. The way we travel today has changed. Home support has gone through a lot of change. Indoor production warehouse, we have seen that there is a lot of change in the way people are working today, and in the way they are looking at the workforce of today and tomorrow to work along with them. Computer-based job, which may be based out of the workplace or from your heart, from house. I'm happy that people are talking about Industry 4.0. COVID gave education an opportunity to experiment a lot on digitization, and today we are talking about Education 4.0. Transportation of goods, obviously, you see a lot of unicorns now coming up. I'll tell more about this subsequently. Outdoor production and maintenance, and obviously, that's how the circle of work has changed. If you see the slide, so this talks about work from home. So work from home was almost negligible in India, though Europe and a larger part of US was actually working on work from home kind of concept, but we were a little slow to start with, but then came COVID. So if you see, this has gone to an exponential increase, and this is not decreased to where it started from 2 years back, and I'm sure of the fact that this is going to stay, some part of it is going to stay with us for a long time to come. Business travel, as you see, business travel is now slowly opening up. People are now traveling. People are now talking about meeting their clients personally, as was the case 2 years back. Leisure travel, as you see, most of you would be traveling as we speak. So leisure travel has also decreased, but then it's on the rise right now. This is very critical. So I talked about the adoption of technology. I talked about adoption of automation. So we have seen that automation is actually the adaptation of the automation has actually gone up many times, and this is going to be the saga for next couple of years, at least for a decade now. E-commerce penetration, now if you see, our mobiles have become shops for all of us, and if you see, this has gone to a sharp exponential rise, and it's going to stay that way. A lot of companies are working that way. A lot of corporates are working that way. I'll talk a little bit more about it subsequently in my slides. Restaurant delivery, we all know the Zomatos of the world and the Swiggies of the world, and how things have changed. Online grocery, this is again something which has come up very recently. Online education, so I was talking about this Education 4.0. So good that people today are talking about online education as being one of the facilitators to sharpen young minds like each one of you. Telemedicine, so you have seen the likes of the Practos or the 1mgs of the world, which got acquired by Tatas. So that way, this is also on a rise. So this is a report which we have taken from McKinsey. Now, I've just told that the workplace is changing, and the behavior of customers are changing. The behavior of the companies which are going to hire are changing. The behavior of people like you who are going to be future leaders, subsequently, that is also changing. So we have seen over the last couple of years now, a lot of recruitment process has gone virtual. So some part of the recruitment process is going to stay virtual, though the travel has now opened up. People are now coming, meeting, doing the kind of recruitment they used to do a couple of years back. But I'm a very strong believer of the fact that some part of recruitment will always be virtual going forward from now. People were talking about gig culture in US and Europe very aggressively a couple of years back, and India was slow to react to it. Now, COVID actually gave a lot of people a lot of opportunities to talk about gig. If you are good in UI UX, maybe you will say that I'll work for this many number of months with a company called A, and then switch to a company called B because I know that I'm good at UI UX. So gig is here to stay. A lot of people are experimenting, a lot of companies are experimenting, a lot of corporates are experimenting this, and obviously the new age unicorns which India has seen in last couple of months now, they're also experimenting the same thing. People are now happy working from home. They have now accepted the fact that work can also be delivered, quality work can also be delivered from home as well. uh, Top career profiles that has evolved over a period of time, and I'm talking about the last 5 to 7 years, specifically about the last 2 years. A lot of people are now talking about product. So product managers are the hot cakes in the market. People are talking about project management, which is a subset of product management. People are talking about crisp minds in software engineering, be it the AIs of the world or the MLs of the world. A lot of core engineering kind of work are getting changed, the GTs and the DTs and the MTs. GT stands for the graduate engineering trades, and then DT stands for diploma, and MT stands for management trainees. We've seen with the rise of digital, this digital marketing and SEO has gone up many folds. I was talking about UI UX. Think of an Amazon which is going to give you an experience of look and feel of how the product is going to look. People are even selling big vehicles by making good graphics. No, but it's all about good factors, good feel, good factors, as I said, and good feel. So that will happen only if the presence of the corporates is in this field as well. We have seen sharp rise in data analytics, cloud, big data, etc. So these are all subsets of computer science now. Just a small FYI to each one of you. We have been experimenting this major and minor at LPU, especially for the circuit branches of CSI, TEC, where we see that most of our students will have at least 37 sub-verticals collating to about 7 pillars. When I say 7 pillars, data is a pillar, cloud is a pillar, big data is a pillar, product management is a pillar. So we want our students to do a lot of things, which I'm going to talk a little subsequently in the slides to follow. We have seen that marketing and sales jobs has also increased, and especially a mix of both of it. Something called to be as a BDA, business development associate staffs come up, and people are ready to spend huge amount of monies for great resources who can elevate their journey of digital experience for the companies. Consulting as a space has gone up many folds. Consulting on all the aspects, on all the sides of it, has actually gone to a sharp rise. People are now looking at crisp resources towards a finance management, or maybe a wealth management, or maybe a this is a new word which has just come up, which is called as chief of staffs. Now with the rise of this unicorns which you have seen, which you have been witnessing since last couple of months now, or at least I'll share say a year as of now. So this has come up really nice. So somebody who is great in writing, somebody who is great in representing the facts, somebody who is people friendly, somebody who knows a trick, somebody who is a hustler, somebody who wants to grow very fast, can actually look at this option, which is called as chief of staff. So this is basically working with the leaders, and then giving them the food for thought as to what the today and tomorrow will look like. Operation and supply chain, as I said, this is a traditional work culture which is here to stay. HR, the role of HR is also gone through a lot of change. So maybe if you know a little bit of a software on top of HR, this will give you a lot of edge. I'll talk a little bit more about it subsequently. Hospitality, airline, and tourism, with travel now opening up. So these sectors we have also seen as coming up really nice. Animation and video edition, software testing, web developers and programmers, embedded as something on top of it. If you put an IoT on top of it, so it's a amalgamation of an embedded, maybe a knowledge of C sharp and all those kind of things along with IoT. Today people are talking about man-to-man interaction, man-to-machine interaction, machine-to-machine interaction. So this workflow is also increasing many folds, and we have seen great silicon companies like maybe a Silicon Lab or maybe a Intel doing great here. Content writers, they have been doing pretty good. Now if you have been following this space is evolving at an exponential rate. Mobile developers, because everybody now has a mobile, and everybody wants to do business, want to do leisure, wants to talk with family, wants to stay connected with mobile. So obviously this gives a great opportunity for the corporates to look this as an option to grow. And subsequently with the rise of edtech and edutech, and obviously all the education sector. So if you're a subject matter expert in any of the vertical, no, that will actually give you a great exposure and a great workplace to work with. How have your university reacted to all this, and what have we been doing as an ecosystem is now what I'm going to tell from now. Now if you can see, this is our logo. So this logo talks about the lovely professional university here, and these are, if you can see, these are the rays of hope, and we want each one of you to be a ray of hope for your parents, for yourself, and for us as well, because we very proudly associate with you. Now, if you can see towards the backdrop of it, so there are multiple logos which we have put up here. So this is basically a pic of a wall, which we call as Wall of Fame, which is constituted at block number 32, where me and my team, where the careers team is sitting. Just an FYI, so we have been very cognizant, and I'm echoing my management, my teaching learning fraternity here, saying that getting a job is easy. The trick is where you can make a great career for yourself. So that is what we do with each one of you. Some facts and figures, and I'm sure that these are going to leave you all stuck. 1,600 plus companies. Yes, you have heard it correct. 1,600 plus companies. Most of them are either in the Gartner top rank, or maybe find their name in Fortune 500, top Fortune 100 companies. So they recruit from various courses at your university. I'm writing a 48 lakh rupees as the highest package here, but please keep looking at our pages, our social pages. We are going to break a great news in a couple of days from now, and I'm sure that that package, no university is near to that package. So keep looking at that package. 48 lakh rupees was with Google. 110 plus recruiters, which goes to very prestigious old IITs, IIMs, NITs across the country. They also recruit from your university. The highest stipend, yes, you have heard this correct, 1.6 lakh rupees a month. That is what students have been offered with at your university. So we have been very cognizant of the fact that we have to work very closely with the corporate world. So NEP 2020 talked about the importance of internship a couple of years back only, but then we have been practicing it, and we have kind of mastered this art of doing great in the internship and working along with the best of the corporates, rubbing shoulders with them, our students going and working on the tools of today, problem statement of today, pedagogy of today, and then trying to put a resolve to what the problem of today and tomorrow will look like is what we facilitate. 500 plus companies, yes, 500 plus companies have offered dream CTCs. I hope all of you know the full form of CTC. So this stands for a cost to company. Simply speaking, that's your package. So 500 plus companies have offered great packages, dream packages to students who have just traveled a path ahead of you. I'm very happy, elated, excited to share that we have generated close to about 15,000 offers in this troubled time. And this road of journey is just the start. We feel that with interesting and exciting minds like you, we will be able to take this journey to the next level. We feel that we are leaders in one orbit now, and we are ready to be a truly global university and travel the path to the next orbit in times to come along with each one of you. Some facts and figures again. So our tagline, if you would have heard to some other speakers from some other esteemed speakers from university, so our tagline has been think big, and we work towards you to think big and generate the data sets so that given an opportunity you'll be able to crack that big. So that's how 1,150 plus companies have been picked up by global corporates for day one. For those of you who do not know what is day one, so day one is a concept where a company come and pick in huge numbers. So that is what we have been doing. These are some facts and figures. I'm quoting Cognizant here. I'm quoting Capgemini here. I'm quoting DXC here with the numbers, which are the best in class in North India, best in class in North India, best in class in the entire country. Now, I just talked about the cost to company. So this is what we have been offering to our students, students from engineering and circuit branch. The highest offering, which the student have actually gone ahead and grabbed, is 48 lakh rupees for computer application, which is MCA. So if you are trying to do an MCA with us, the highest offering was about 31 lakh rupees. For management, this is about 21 lakh rupees. But then keep looking at our web page. As I said, these figures are going to topple now very quickly. For engineering non-circuit branches, the packages are, the highest packages are in the bracket of about 15 lakhs to about 20 lakh rupees roughly. For agriculture and food technology, it's about 20 lakh rupees. For fashion, interior design, and multimedia, it's about 15 lakh rupees. And for other courses, which cut through, I'm happy that the highest offering which we have offered for our students and which have been grabbed as well is about 10 lakh rupees. Again, what our industry would need from a student like you. So this is what our industry will look like from you. Again, this is a lift from McKinsey, if we can see. So people are now today looking at problem solvers. So people are now looking at a resource which they can build day one. So for that to happen, you'll have to work really aggressively. And I'm happy and elated to share that the university will leave no stone unturned to make you crisp in your thought process and generate enough data sets so that you're able to do this. So people want you to be really curious. So you have to be very inquisitive as to what is the problem statement which a common people is facing today, how a resolve can be put forward to. Tolerate ambiguity and stay humble, because this is very critical. You have to think as an outlier. You have to think as somebody who can bring a solution to the table, and whomsoever brings a solution gets a reward as well. Take a dragonfly view, because you'll have to look at the problem statement from all 360 degrees, and then give a result so that it becomes more sellable. It becomes people are able to emulate that can be expanded to large numbers. That is how the corporates work. Pursue on the occurrent behavior, focus on what's actually happening in and around you, and not what could have been. Experiment to create your own idea. This is very critical. Uh, Tap into collective intelligence, because all of us put together are more intelligent than any one of us individually. So that is how you have to learn to work in heterogeneous groups. You'll have to work representing a group, and then work in tandem to what is expected from you as an individual, as a group, as a economy, as a country, and as a human race as such. And then just don't tell, show. So if you're able to show whatever you are telling, that's how you become an example. So this is what the corporate is looking at. And how do we prepare our students according to this is what now I'm going to talk about. So we train our students, I've just told, or we call all our students to be as Vertos. Vertos, simple meaning, we want each one of you to be change agents. And we want you to go across the globe, across the geography, across the work culture, and then percolate our thought process of the teaching learning ecosystem here, of staying ahead of the game. So desired level of performance in the upcoming campuses. So what we do is that we start working very early with each one of you. Come first year itself, whatever course you have taken, we'll start working from you right from the first year itself, which means that we'll do a gap analysis as to whatever you have been doing thus far, what is your story in your life, what you want to achieve from your life, what course you have taken, and then subsequently we start working with each one of you, because we are very cognizant of the fact that your story is your story, which means that your story cannot be same as my story. There can be an overlap between your story and my story, but your story is very individualistic to you. So we work along with each one of you, do the gap analysis, and then try and cover up that gap analysis with multiple of activities. Some of the activities are this. We feel that there are two things to be successful today, inside the classes, outside the classes, in the corporate world, or simply in life itself. Given an opportunity, you should be speaking content, and given an opportunity, you should be speaking. So these are two things which you want one from each one of you. So what we've done is that we have come up with a very unique concept of a finishing school, which is very unique to what LPU has to offer. So this finishing school, so we have got faculties across. So we have actually taken some great faculties, make a great pool of that faculty resource, and then what we do is that we assign those faculties with some of our students, as that no, the faculties will keep you excited as to what is lying ahead. So we do a lot of verbal ability. We do a lot of analytical ability. We do a lot of soft skills. How do you present even without speaking anything? So that is an art, and we want each one of you to master that art. A lot of our students are now going ahead and working at across geography. So for that to happen, you need to have the understanding of the language, because no, somebody very rightly said कि अगर मथुरा में रहना है तो राधे राधे कहना है, which means that if you know the local language, if you know the language and the culture, you're able to connect really well with the resources there. So this is on the soft aspects of it. On the hard aspect of it, we train you really well on your skills, because that is very critical. I'm going to talk about it in this slide now. So what we do is that we work with each one of you, as I said. So we are very happy that each one of you matter a lot to us. In that movie where the Iron Man died, no, he said, "We love you 300, so 3,000." So we all love you 3,000. So this is what we do. So we do a need-based assessment test so that we understand as to where you are standing and what path should we travel along with you, so that no, we take you near to your dreams, near to your dreams of becoming a successful, maybe an entrepreneur, or maybe venturing into business, or maybe doing a higher education, or maybe simply going into and doing work in the corporate. So we travel these paths along with you. So we've got various credited and non-credited classes which are a part of curriculum now. So our curriculum is very upbeat. Our curriculum is very upmarket. Our curriculum is very near to what a industry wants from each one of you. We emulate a lot of mock drives, because we want each one of you not to flutter when an opportunity comes in front of you to get yourself selected. A lot of company specific inputs is what our team will work along with each one of you. We have got plethora of clubs and activities around. It's a bustling campus. So once you are here, you'll be able to understand as to what these clubs will bring to you, because no, these clubs will open up your thought process at least, and then will enable you to speak content. Competitive events, the smart hackathons and the mechathons or the ideathons, our students have been doing wonders, both the national and the global level. Most of the companies have now started talking about this campus ambassador as one of the ways to increase their say inside the campuses. And I'm happy that a lot of our students are working today as campus ambassadors, percolating their thought process inside the classes and the university. We'll do a lot of workshops, we'll do a lot of guest lectures and webinars. We'll do a lot of live projects, because we feel that you cannot predict today and tomorrow if you are working with a pedagogy or maybe a tool of yesterday. So the tool of the pedagogy has to be very recent. That is what we do through this. That is what we achieve through these live projects. We do a lot of industrial visits. And I'm happy that a lot of your faculties will associate you with these visits, so that your vision becomes crisp. Lots and lots of industry tie-up. So I invite you to pay a visit to our homepage, that is lpu.in, and then click on the tab for placements, and then see for yourself as to how many industry associations we have done. Professor just talked in my introduction about inking of a lot of these association, and I'm happy that we do a lot of courses. I can name some of them. We do a lot of courses along with Google in terms of cloud. So we have been doing Salesforce. We have been doing multiple courses across agriculture, across fashion, across law, management, not to leave behind. That is what we have been doing along. A lot of co-branding courses is what we have launched with the corporate, wherein no, a corporate will come, train your faculty, be a part of the curriculum design the curriculum, deliver that curriculum also, take an assessment of you, and obviously the first right of rejection when it comes to campus placement comes with that company. So I can give an example of Informatica here. I said each of you are individuals, which is very individualistic to what your story is. So we work along with each one of you to get resumes which are a straight lift of what you want from your life. So we work on the individual resumes as well. Today the world is where you do a thing and then you also publish what you have done. So we want all of you to maintain very great social handles, because no companies are now tracking your social handles in terms of be it a LinkedIn or a Weebly or a GitHub or other digital profiles, maybe an FB or an Instagram, which means that your story has to be very consistent. It cannot be a split kind of a story across these digital platforms. So you have to say, live, speak the same story. That is what we train you to do. This is I'm very proud of this slide. So I see the heading. I said these are my growth partners. So a staggering list of 1,600 plus recruiters, including leaders from Fortune 500 and consistent leaders across Gartner's Magic Quadrant. If you do not know about Gartner's Magic Quadrant, please Google it today. So most of these figures, along with our students from LPU, you'll find them to be doing wonders for themselves and for the companies also. So these are some of the figures. I could have not shown you all the logos. I'm showing you some of the logos so that you become excited and turn into my web page and then see for yourself. So there's a tab where we have kept, and if you can put your fraternity, whatever you want to take subsequently admission into, you can put that course and see for yourself as to what companies, what packages, what co-branding of courses, how the courses are being run. Every saga is there. Some more logos here, and I was talking about this web page. So this is a web page. lpu.in is my web page. Click on the placement tab, and that is how the website takes you to this web page, and then see for yourself as to what we have been doing in terms of making great careers for our students. With this, let me invite each one of you to travel this journey with us, this journey of excellence with us at your university, which is India's largest single campus private university, lovely professional university. So with this, let me thank you for giving me a patient hearing, and now I'm open for questions. Professor, all yours now.
Thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful watching you talking on the impact of evolving times in new age, the evolution of demand over pandemic period. You talked about top career profiles, placements at LPU. You talked about milestones, requirement of the industry, mindset of problem solvers, the training of the workers as well. It was really, really enlightening. Now I see in my attendees list few of the names which I'm going to call upon are Aditya Arora, Aditya Priyadarshini is there, Anjali is there, Chandan Raj, Chayan Das, Jagriti, Mahesh. I request all of you to please utilize this time, as there is a great amount of wisdom within this person on the screen. You can definitely get yourself enlightened by putting in your queries. You can raise your hand through the interface. I'll be connecting you to Dr. Harpal Theti for any type of query that is coming to your mind regarding the placements, the packages, any in any field. He's ready to talk about that. Nafiz, yeah, I see a hand raised so many times. Nafiz, I have given you the rights. Please unmute yourself and take up your query. Nafiz, please unmute. Unmute your device, please. Nafiz, please unmute through the interface. Not possible. Okay, I move on to Karma Sering. Karma, I have given you the necessary rights. Please unmute yourself. And Karma Sering. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Karma, please carry on.
Yes,
We can hear you.
Yeah, Karma, please use this opportunity.
Are you there? Okay, I move on to Kritika Mishra. Kritika, please unmute yourself. I have given you the rights. Kritika Mishra. Yeah.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, how are you?
So I'm good. What about you?
Thank you so much for asking. Doing good, and we are excited to have you with us as a family member. Please go ahead, shoot your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I know I want to know the placement and the packaging about the BPT course in LPU.
So you name a company which is doing good in this space, and then we work along with them. So I hope you are cognizant of the Dr. Reddy's of the world and the Novartis of the world. So we work along with each one of them. The packages are in the range of about 5 lakh rupees to about 8 lakh rupees. That is what we have been doing. But then with the invent of digital as an entity and healthcare as an entity, so this space is evolving. There are huge packages. I've just talked about 1G as an example, no? 1MG as an example. So they have been picked up by Tata. A great career to build there. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
God bless.
So I see Nafees. Nafees again. I think she's got back. Nafees, I have given you the rights. Please unmute yourself now. Yeah.
Sir, good morning. Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
Yeah. We
Rafiz,
can
please go ahead.
Sir,
Hear you.
what is the highest package? Sir, what is the highest package in BTech, sir?
In BTech?
Hello? What is the
Yeah.
average package?
Yeah, so the highest
Hello?
package is, I've just said 48 lakh rupees, but
Average,
I have not told
average package,
something.
sir.
Average package. Average package of the
Hello?
university is about
Yes, sir.
6 lakh rupees. Is about 6 lakh rupees. But for the highest 10% of
It's
the
like,
students, the highest package is not less than 17, 18 lakh rupees, which means that I'm quoting a figure here. For the top 10% of the
okay.
students, uh, it's 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 big. It's big. I can
Sir,
tell you that.
sir, in
Okay. We have Mahesh Patil. I see his hand raised. Mahesh, I have given you the rights. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi. How are you?
Sir, I'm fine.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, what is the average package for agriculture?
So agriculture, we have been little unique in the way we are preparing and deputing students from agriculture, because we feel that government of India is giving a lot of impetus. So this as a space will evolve. So what we have been very consciously doing with each one of you is that we are giving you two things. So along with whatever you will be reading in your trade, we'll give you a little bit of a technology, and we'll give you a little bit of a management skills. So think that you are actually working cross culture with students from management, working cross culture with students from computer science or maybe an IoT. So think of an opportunity where a company called, let's say, a Bosch, for an example, gives you an opportunity saying that, hey, you are an agriculturalist. Now, can you predict the health of the crop? So that kind of an opportunity is what we are talking about, and that's very unique to LPU, because no, we are just not a standalone agriculture college. So we are a college which has cross disciplines. So this gives you a lot of advantage. So to answer your question, the average package of agriculture stands somewhere about 4 lakh rupees, 4.5 lakh rupees.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
God bless.
Uh, Dr. Harpal, on behalf of all the attendees, I would take up one common question that's coming from all of them. That's what's the best way, apart from what effort LPU is doing, what is the best way to approach the industry? And how do they stand out of the crowd?
Glad, Professor, that you asked this question. Very simple answer to this question. I've already answered this. So I've just said that your story is your story, which means that you'll have to work towards your story. We can be a facilitator, which means that we can bring the best of the companies. We can train you in the best way or whatever is possible. A simple trick here is that a lot of corporates today are very active in the LinkedIn's of the world, or even on Instagram for that matter today. So what you have to do is that you have to be very cautious, saying that if you have to reach, let's say, to be a data scientist tomorrow, so you'll have to work towards making data sets of experimenting with data science. So there are multiple hackathons, mechathons, ideathons, which are available across the globe today, across the corporates today, across the geographies today. So you have to keep working towards that. So which means that first need is that you need to be a problem solver. You need to understand that what problem you are trying to solve to, and then start working towards it, start building a resume towards it. So once you have made a resume towards it, and I'm sure that a university will leave no stone unturned. Think of an opportunity where you have a complete mall inside the university. Yes, a complete mall inside the university, and most of the shops there are run by students. Think of a seed fund where no, the university will say that, hey, we are giving you 2 lakh rupees. Experiment with this 2 lakh rupees into the market. Go and do in shares so that you understand as to how the share value works, what are the face value in the shares, how you make money out of it, when to sell, when to buy. So we have been doing all these kind of things, and this is very, very unique to your university. Very few universities in the country. I'm a product of NIT Rourkela, but then the kind of experiment which we are doing here keeps each one of excited. I'm sure professor is cognizant of the fact that we work 24/7, 365. So the idea is that your work, our work, should all talk about the same story. It should not be a disjoint story, and be very vocal. I'm quoting a student of mine, so you can actually look at her. So she's a second year student. She comes from computer science. Her name is Sambhavi. So she has become a instructor with Udacity or Udemy, if I'm not wrong. And yesterday only she has put up a LinkedIn story that I am buying an automatic car of my own money at the age of 19 years. That is what we have been doing with our students. So to stand out, we'll have to work out. So if you work out intelligently, diligently, with a spirited effort, and then let the world know about it. So that's how I think that can be resolved. Professor, I think I've answered your question.
Perfect, sir. That was really, really very motivating for Vidhi, who specifically went for this query. And another nice question coming from Juglesh. Juglesh says, is it possible to go for a startup other than healthcare sector after my MBA in hospital and healthcare management?
Glad that this question was brought to unicorns. No, unicorns have done wonder in this country, and the packages and the kind of speed and the kind of opportunity and the kind of exposure which they are bringing to is fantabulous. Which means that everybody, starting from the universities to the governments, to the VCs, to the angel investors, people are ready to invest on your idea, provided your idea is good. Think of an opportunity which we are debating internally, of maybe a shark tank inside the university. Think of that, wherein no, we'll say that, hey, this is my corpus. I'm putting my corpus here. Come with an idea, give us a business plan, and take whatever you want. So to answer that question, this was my larger answer to your question. Now coming specific to what you can do, management and healthcare, yeah, great marriage, great marriage. So if you put a little bit of tadka of technology on top of it, I'm telling you, world is your playing ground. So if you can do a marriage of all these 3 things put together, ample opportunities, ample opportunities. Professor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Harpal. I request all the attendees to remember the face on your screen. He is going to get you placed in very, very nice and your dream companies, I'm sure. One more question before I take up another little presentation, a quick demo by Ms. Rachna, who is with us from as an admission nominee. One more question before that. I see Nitin asking which industry sectors will see the maximum growth in next 5 years.
All of them, all of them. So I'll say all of them, because no, this country is going through a change. Understand, with whatever is happening in and around us, with how the global things are turning up. India is a great marketplace. India is a great marketplace to do experiment. India is a great marketplace to do large productions in numbers and do wonders. So for me, there has to be a marriage. I've just answered this question. I'm again doing it. There has to be a marriage between technology. Each one of you should know technology, should know digital. Some part of digital is required. Each one of you know how to present that. For that, management is required. And each one of you have to be really good in your trade If you know your trade really well, nobody can defeat you. So these are my 3 things which I'm going to give to each one of you: our technology, a little bit of a knowledge of management, and the trade knowledge. So if you are putting a bouquet of this, and then let people know about this fact that, hey, this is a bouquet, this is a problem statement, and this is the solution to the problem statement. You cannot look back.
Wonderful, sir. That was highly inspiring thing. And we have questions coming up from Jasleen, Juglesh, and then I see from Kritika also, Mahesh Patil. We'll come back to you after a short while, giving a little break to Dr. Harpal Theti and moving on to Ms. Rachna Bajaj for her part of the presentation. That's you remember her face also. She's going to save money for you by telling you something about the scholarships that we are going to. Dr. Harpal is going to get you in a place where you can earn money, and she's going to save money for you. So equally important, Ms. Rachna, over to you.
Thank you, Rishi sir. Good afternoon. I hope I am audible and clear.
You are audible.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing fine and safe at your home. So firstly, I'll be just sharing a glimpse of the university where you will be joining in the coming years, or yes, this year only. So first up in the list, we have LPU breaking the records when 13 students from LPU participated in the Tokyo Olympics 2020. And we feel proud that nearly 10% of the Indian Olympic participants are LPU students. Further, moving ahead with the rankings of the university, I'll just share a few important rankings which we have LPU has received. So first up, we have the Atal ranking of institutions on innovation achievements, where LPU was ranked 3rd in India. Next, we have another feather in the list, the impact rankings, where LPU ranked 2nd in India, where only 3 Indian universities made to the top 200 list globally as per Higher Education Impact Rankings 2021. Further, we have the World University Rankings 2022, where LPU has been ranked 36th among top universities of India. So now let's move ahead with the campus life and exposure offered. So as a student, make sure that you enjoy your campus life and gain as much as exposure you can. And if I talk about LPU students have got several opportunities to interact with Nobel laureates, in national, international scientists, and participate in several events. So let's show you a glimpse of the events which have been conducted at LPU and by LPU. So first up in the list, we have the 106th Indian Science Congress with the focal theme Future India, Science and Technology, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji. Next, we have Nobel laureate Dalai Lama ji chairing the 5th convocation at LPU. Next up, we have former President of India, late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, chairing the 2nd convocation. We had former Union Minister, late Shri Arun Jaitley, for our inauguration of LPU Startup School. Then we had a very familiar face, a motivational speaker and a life coach, Gaur Gopal Das ji, and the heartthrobs, Shah Rukh Khan. We had Deepika Padukone for the promotion of Chennai Express, and another familiar face and heartthrob, MS Dhoni. So now let's move ahead with the infrastructure, because you will be attending your classes and enjoying each and every moment in the infrastructure being provided to you. So here we have a glimpse of our amphitheater. If I talk about LPU has around 3 to 2 amphitheaters where we conduct several nukkad nataks, theaters and skits, etc. Then this is an inside glimpse of our Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium with a capacity of 2,500 audience, being the largest in this region. So this is an inside view of the central library. I would like to share some facts and figures about this library, that this is a 9-storied library with approximately 20 lakh books available in offline mode and in online mode as well. Further, this is an outside view of our university mall. Let's take you inside this university mall. If I talk about this mall, it has all the basic facilities which are required except a theater. Yes, so we have central stores, we have courier facilities, we have dine-in facilities, a bowling area for the students. Apart academics, we know students want some leisure time as well. Further, the gymnasium with all the facilities. Then hospital facilities, LPU has 24/7 facility of hospital as well. You can avail facility, dental facilities are available, eye facilities are available, and isolation wards. So let's move ahead. Another important aspect of our university, which is the indoor stadium, Shanti Devi Mithila Indoor Stadium, which covers several sports facilities like a proper Olympic level swimming pool for our players. Then we have around 10 to 12 badminton courts inside this indoor stadium. We have basketball courts, volleyball courts, a shooting range, as you can see, a mesmerizing picture of our campus, and a beautiful night view of our campus clicked by one of our students. So now let's move ahead with another important aspect, which is the eligibility, the fees and scholarship, the monetary part. So I'll just take you towards our website. So this is our official link, which is lpu.in. Just visit our website, and on the top you can see an icon of admissions. So once you click on admissions, you can see we have all the programs listed here after 12th programs as per your qualification, after graduation programs, after post graduation if you want to further proceed for PhD. So let's say if I want to proceed for after 12th admission, I'll just click on this icon, and all the programs which are available in our university will be just in front of you. So you just have to select which program you are interested in, and accordingly the details will be available in front of you. So if I talk about, let's say I'm interested in engineering, a computer science engineering program, and all the specializations will be listed down here. And when I click here, you can see the eligibility criteria firstly. Then we have the key highlights of the program. Then we have all the rankings for this program, particularly the curriculum which is being offered for next 4 years. Then we have the fees and scholarship of this program, which says a scholarship is being offered up to 40%. And once you scroll down, you can also see some scholarship categories, the program outcomes, and some important dates. As you can see, to apply for this exam, the last date is 10th April. Because majority of the programs, for majority of the programs, an entrance test will be compulsory, which is named as LPU NEST, National Entrance and Scholarship Test. So first make sure that you register for this test, for which the last date for majority of the programs is 10th April, and it is mentioned on our website as well. Further, if you want to go through the scholarship separately, just click on the scholarship icon on the left side of the screen, and you'll get to see all the scholarships which are being offered in our university. So I'll just show you an overview. In scholarships, we have scholarships on the basis of your last 2 qualifications. It can be on the basis of your 10th, your 12th, your graduation. Further, we have scholarship on the basis of the entrance test as well, because this test is not only for eligibility, but it also acts as a scholarship test. Further, if you have appeared for any national level test, for example, JEE, it can be NID, UCEED, or anything. Further, we have scholarships on the basis of sports, cultural, co-curriculars, social services, bravery awards as well. And then we have a special scholarship for toppers of education board. Further, we have some financial aid. You can share this with your friends as well. Financial aid for need-based, which covers scholarships for a single girl child, for single mother, and several others. We also have scholarship for retired defense, CAPF, paramilitary personnel and their dependents, financial aid to orphans, financial aid to person with certain disability. So just go through this portal and you'll get to know what sort of scholarships are being offered at our university. Last but not the least, I'll move ahead how you can now register for the upcoming webinars and how you can go through the past webinars. So on the same tab under admissions, on the left side, we have LPU's Edu-Fair webinars. So once you click on it, you'll get all the webinars listed on this page. I suppose it's taking a bit longer. So once you click on the webinar, you'll see an icon of register. So just click on that icon and a new page will open where you just have to fill your name, your phone number, your email ID, through which we can get in touch with you. So if I talk about the upcoming webinars, we have on 29th, we have international credit transfer option. So I'll just click on register and a new page opens where I'll just fill all my basic details, my name, my phone number and email ID. And once you click on submit, a mail will be shared with you, and even a day before you'll receive a mail as reminder mails. and you can join accordingly. So Rishi sir, over to you. In case if I have missed anything, please let me know.
That was really quick and wonderful. Thank you so much, Rachna madam, for this. And in case now I see so many attendees with me. Aditya is there, Ash Kumar is there, Jagriti Arora. Jagriti, would you like to have a word with Professor Theti? I have given you the rights. In case you want, you can unmute yourself and talk to Dr. Theti now.
Yes, sir. I want to ask the question and the placement and the average and highest package for interior designing.
Good question. So this school has come up really well with us, and the average package for this school is about 5.56 lakh rupees. That is what we have been doing. And again, you name a company, and then we have been working along with them. The entire list of companies for your kind perusal, it's in my website. So come to our web page, click on the placement page, put interior there. So there'll be a drop down. Once you scroll it down towards just the end of it, you can put the interior and then see for yourself. So some companies which are right in front of my mind is Godrej Interior. So we have been working along with them, and the packages they have been offering is about 5.56 lakh rupees. So that is what students from interior design has been doing, and they have been working along with best of the architects as well. And icing on the cake. So if you put a little bit of a UI UX on top of it, oh, think of an Amazon hiring you. They want such people who have the understanding of maybe a interior part of it, and on top of it they understand the technology part of it. Great marriage to have.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir. It was a great answer to the question.
wonderful, Jagriti. Asht Kumar, are you there? I have given you the right.
Good
Yeah,
afternoon, sir.
Hey, good
yeah, good
afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. What about you, sir?
Doing good. Thank you so much. So we are excited, as you see logo right in front. We are waiting for each one of you.
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm a first year law student at LPU.
Oh,
I
okay.
had something question in my mind that what is the how are the corporate placements, sir, regarding to the law firms? I was not able to get that information during my admission process, so I registered for this event. So, sir,
Block
how?
number block number
Yeah.
32. Come and meet us. All the big corporates are today looking at guys from who have the understanding of law. Everybody wants to do a corporate law. Come, we'll talk about it.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
so that was really wonderful, sir. And one last question, again common from all from the side of all the attendees, which skill set they should work upon now after pandemic as industry requirements have changed? Can you suggest a few of the skill sets they can try to embed?
Simple. Two things. Learn to speak well. Learn to speak content. That's it. Nothing else is required. So on the content part of it, I've just said. So I mean, today everybody know, you see some marquee companies, or you see some corporates which are big, or you see companies which are traveling the path of being unicorn, or have become unicorn. No, everybody is traveling this path of going into digital. Massive opportunity for each one of us, no, because if we know a little bit of digital, um, and whatever trade you come from, no, it can be a law, it can be a whole management, it can be management per se, vanilla management per se, it can be computer science, it can be mechanical. Nobody's asked me question for mechanical. So we have done wonders this year in terms of AutoCAD hiring from us at a package of about 13 lakh rupees. I think there were only 3 students pan India. One happens to be from LPU. So across courses which you have, if you do a little bit of staying relevant, because you have to read really well. And let me be very harsh in saying this. You will have only 24 hours in a day. There cannot be a 24 hours and a 1 second also. So which means that you'll have to work really hard, divide your time in chunks, and see that what is your story, and then how do you want to travel that path to get to that story. So to answer your question again, two simple simple things: learn content, learn to speak well. That's it. Nothing else required.
That was a really, really amazing one, sir. And on the whole, it was a very, very amazing experience for me as well. In this span of 1 hour was made so interesting by Dr. Harpal Teti that there was not a single second of distraction for us. Thank you so much for illuminating us with all your thoughts and visions, sir. I'm obliged and once again thankful to Dr. Harpal and Ms. Rachna for strengthening this platform. And we would love to have such an eminent and thoughtful presenter to come up again with his vision and deep knowledge so as to actually achieve the purpose of such interactions. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you
Signing
so
off.
much, Professor, for this great opportunity.